Oh, we're gonna try to do this. I don't know how long I'm gonna last today, guys, because you can totally tell that my voice is, I'm losing my voice, or I have lost it. I'm gaining it back or something. But it's happening. I'm here. You're here. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to beginning of the week. I know this sounds so ridiculous, but hey, I wanted to put something out here for you guys. I wanted to make sure that you thought that I didn't forget about you guys because I didn't post last week. So, but man, hit that subscribe button and don't forget about that voicemail, man. We got that voicemail for you guys. That number set up for you. So if you want to hit that number, 828-209-8777. Share something with us. Share some thoughts. Share something that's going on in your lives. That sort of thing. So, but it's good to be here with you guys, and man, I know it may not sound like it, but I am. I'm truly, truly, truly blessed to be here, especially because it's Easter. You know, and yeah, it may sound like I just took down a whole pack of those old gold cigarettes that my aunt used to blow out. Um, she used to live in Florida and everything, and she used to sit out on her back porch in Orlando. She used to just puff on those things, and we'd be playing Monopoly, especially on Easter. We break out a board game, and she'd be playing with us, and sometimes every so often she'd just blow smoke rings in our faces, and we get distracted, and you know she'd she'd fucking take a couple, steal a hotel from us or something, whatever she had to do. But, whatever game we were playing at the time. And she put those, I've mentioned it before to you guys, but she put those, she'd ash those butts out. She had this old alligator's foot that someone taxidermied, for her. But I could always count on her to have, a drink in one hand and one of those old gold cigarettes in the other, man. But happy Easter to everyone, man. It's good to be here. Man, somehow I caught laryngitis, you know, and it's not from me yelling at myself, you know, which I do a lot of the time, but maybe, or yelling at the TV, or, going down on some girl that I don't know. And, I don't think you could catch it that way, but I'm sure, someone out there's caught something like that, that's doing some sort of thing like that. Maybe you caught, maybe you went down on her, you caught a little crab, or maybe some sort of sea urchin. You never know what it could be. So, but I'm just joking, man. Um, but what else? I don't mean to talk dirty on the Lord's day, because that's what today is. Today's the Lord's day. And anyways, we're doing it up. It's Sunday afternoon. Usually we're coming at you on Monday, but I wanted to post this because I didn't know how much I could get out of my voice box. Uh, um, wasn't sure what tomorrow was going to bring to me. Hopefully something better than this, man. So, but it's Easter. It's Easter, and I hope everyone's out there celebrating and doing some fun activities with their families and all that. Man, I got invited to a couple Easter get-togethers, but I had to pass on it because as you could tell, I'm not feeling that well, and I hate to miss out on all the festivities, but I'm not trying to pass this down what I caught, and give it to someone else, and so that's just what it is. But damn, man, I hate that I'm missing out on the food and the celebrations, and because that's what Easter's all about. Easter is about that celebration. Open up your mind, open up your heart, to the man upstairs. You know what I'm talking about. you know and that's the Lord Jesus. And if anyone doesn't believe in that sort of thing, then well, then that's on you. you know but man, whenever Easter rolls around, man, I always think back, growing up in El Paso. They always had, uh, you know, they they really did it up. Every year, during Easter, everyone would, put their machetes down and their guns away and take their bandanas off and all that, and everyone would just come together as one, and and uh and it was just a special time. you know Everyone just took a little breather for a moment, and um and just give thanks. More than anything, give thanks, because El Paso around Easter time, I mean, there's nothing like it at all. Nothing can compare, because Hispanics, man, Hispanics and Mexicanos, and my hombres down there, they really do the Lord. They put the Lord's work into showing their blessings to everyone, because Hispanics and the Lord, they kind of go hand in hand, like peanut butter and jelly, you know. I mean, you're never gonna mix damn peanut butter and mayo, or peanut butter and damn mustard or something like that, because that just wouldn't make. I mean, only an insane person would do something like that. And who's ever mixing damn peanut butter and mustard, they need to get a new set of taste buds installed in that tongue that they got. You know what I'm talking about? But it was always nice to see the celebration in around the desert area. Because growing up there, most of my friends, they were Mexican, so I was used to the love around this sort of time. And I would love going from house to house during Easter, because there was there was always stuff to do. They always had the best food, and they would throw some of the best parties, and and they have those fiesta colors all over the place. You know what I'm talking about? The pinks and the bright oranges, the naranjas, and that sort of thing. The bright, vibrant colors, kind of like maybe a gay guy would wear, I guess, or maybe like a crossing guard, would wear something like that. But they would have a whole spread, just full on tables everywhere, on all these mesas, you know, and the spread would be like a damn golden corral. And I don't know if you've ever heard of one of those, but that's just like it's like a buffet, kind of like a Ryan's, I guess. 'Cause we got that here in North Carolina. I don't know if we got a golden corral here or not. Not here in Asheville, um, but they would have the beef carnitas, and the tamales that you would just want to dip your fucking just that you would want to put your just damn dick inside of, that sort of thing. And the desserts have mercy, the damn desserts. Being a kid, those, you would, being 6, 7, something like that, you'd see those delicious sugary treats, and you just want to just dive right into it, because as a kid, man, Sugar was your damn savior. That's a thing. You were built on that shit, man. That's all you wanted was just to put your face right down into you'd snort that damn shit if you wanted to, you know? You'd you'd ball up some damn cookie dough and put it right directly in your ass if you had to, you know? You'd push a damn 3-year-old over on a tricycle, you know, just to lick a, lick some damn frosting off a spoon, because that's what you were into. You didn't care, And at that point in time in your life, you didn't care what you ate. You just didn't. You didn't care about the calorie count. You didn't care about how much fat was in what. You didn't. You just went for it. That's all you did because you didn't have a care in the world back then. Yeah. Oh yeah. So this spoonful of caramel delight holds 575,000 calories, and the trans fat on it is 28,000. You're like, fine by me. Let me have 4 of those bitches. Let me do it that way, And it was just so nice to be able to do that sort of thing when you were young. You just spoon it up, and kind of like, I know it's a bad comparison, I guess, but it's kind of like what's going on with Diddy and all those, guys that he slept with, Puffy, in a way. Diddy's kind of like the Easter Bunny. He's out there just hopping around, hunting for those little creamy Cadbury eggs that those young men are hiding in their asses. You know what I'm talking about? 'Cause that shit's crazy. He's kind of like Diddy's kind of like the Black Epstein, just running around with all those fancy rich people on their yachts, and he's licking yogurt off some little child's armpit, out of that thing, and asking people to bend over and do all sorts of nasty stuff, and this guy, or whatever he's doing, I don't know what he's doing, but he's a fucking creep, dude, and you kind of knew that back in the day before Notorious, took a couple of those bullets, that sort of thing. You knew Puffy was a freaking creeper, But I'm sorry, man, I gotta take a hit of this, or I'm not gonna survive if I can't. Oh God. Oh man. I sound marvelous. That's what I sound like. Oh, but man, all those desserts, and we just stuff our faces, man. All the cakes and the flans and the damn what are they called? The sopapillas, all those were the fucking best, dude. And I don't know if you know what a sopapilla is, but that's like you take some it's like fried dough, and you can stuff it whatever you want to. You could stuff it with cream cheese or strawberries, or you could damn stuff your little brother in one or whatever, and then they sugar it up. They put the Lord's damn sugar on it, the cinnamon on there, and then they just douse it with fucking honey, and then you just fucking rub it all over you, kind of like what Puffy did with those guys, I guess, But you just, you want to make, you would probably make out with your damn cousin just to get one, I guess, But sorry guys. But now, come to think about it, it's probably why my brother got the diabetes, because he ate too many damn sopapillas. Too many Diet Cokes and sopapillas. But um uh but but man, there was just so much to do back then, you know, from all the Easter egg hunts and busting open pinatas and one of my friend's dads one time he thought it was kind of clever to stick a whole frozen pizza in one of those damn pinatas. And so here we are, we're trying to bust this damn, I can't even remember what it was. It was like a an ombra, like a donkey or like a small pony or something like that. And we're just whacking at it with this Louisville fucking slugger. You know what I'm talking about? Hats off and shout out to Adam Sandler with that Louisville fucking slugger. But um but we beat at that bitch for a little while, and next thing you know, it starts cracking open, and then you see like you see stuff start falling out, and you're like, what is that? And it's some of the cheese just falling off the pizza, and then you see a fucking little slice of an olive, and then a little green pepper fall out of that thing, and then a slice of pepperoni, and we're all looking at each other. What the fuck is going on here? What is this shit? And then this big cat, this big kid, and one of my best friends back then, this kid named Osain, he just took one of the. I mean, if you put, 2 7-year-olds together, you know, and molded them that way. That's how big this kid was at like the age of 8. He's probably like a buck 50, something like that. And he just takes a swing at that shit. And next thing you know, he busts that thing open, and the fucking pizza falls out of it, and a couple airplane bottles of tequila and um some other shit. I don't know. I can't even remember. But all of us were looking at each other like, what the fuck is like? And this guy's dad, I mean, it's understandable because he was fucking drunk. So, but wherever he's at, I hope he's doing well, and hats off to him, man. Um, but um, But what else, man? What else has been going on, man? I'm just trying to really just get over this thing. I've been had this little this this cold for that's one reason why I didn't post last week, because I've been trying to get over this thing, you know, and and man, I'm not gonna get too crazy into this episode, as you can clearly tell that I really can't get into a whole episode the way I usually do, but um because yes, you could tell I'm struggling, but after all, it's Easter, and it's a time to relax and enjoy each other's company. And this morning I had a neighbor come over because she found out that I wasn't feeling too good, and she's probably about 80 years old or something like that. And she had her grandchildren come over and bake some cookies, and so when that happens, when someone delivers some desserts to you like that, you can't just say thank you, close the door, so you gotta pop the lid open and try one of those things. And so I tried it looked like a sugar cookie. So I put one of those bad bitches in my mouth, and then next thing you know, it just tasted like straight up just fucking salt, like you would scrape off the bottom of a damn Viking ship or something, because that's all you could taste was just fucking salt, you know. But there was a nice gesture, and I'll just say, um, those little bastards can't make a fucking cookie to save their damn lives. Let's just say that. But I had to eat one in front of her to be nice, and that's what you got to do sometimes, especially when they take the time to come over to make sure that you're doing okay, and I'm just I'm thankful for having neighbors like that around me. So um and you just do that sort of thing because that's what you got to do. Sometimes you just gotta, and then the hardest thing was trying to pretend that I liked it, because you're like, you taste it and you're like, oh, oh, and you're like, oh, this is so good. Oh, and then then you gotta take another bite of it, and you're like, okay. And then you're like, okay, well, I'll finish the rest later, that sort of thing. And so, I stuck one of those, back in the box, and we just did it that way. But after she left, man, I went outside just to try to soak up some of that vitamin D, because that's what I need right now is that D. I mean, not that D, but the sunny D. And I saw a couple of my neighbors' kids running around, and they're doing that scavenger hunt for those eggs, and they look like they were having just such a good time. They're out there carrying around their baskets around, and you'd see this one kid, you saw this yellow egg like stuck in a tree, and you saw these two kids running after it, and one kid tripped the other kid, and then, it was just, it was just fun to see these kids out there hunting for them. And then you hear some other little kid bitching and crying about something in the background, something about his older brother was doing something or something. I don't even know, um, but it was just nice to see all the kids, just all those kids having a good time, man. Um, and when I saw them carrying around their baskets, it got me thinking about one year when we were visiting my grandparents for Easter. They loaded our Easter baskets up to the fullest. Not like not like my Hispanic culture friends back there, where their parents would toss a couple fucking tamales and a couple of jalapenos and some other shit in their Easter basket, and you know they'd really do it up to the max. They'd fill that bitch up to where the plastic wasn't even, you couldn't even, the plastic was barely holding on at the top. Like, I mean, barely. Like, you tie off a balloon or something. The bottom piece. You know, kind of like they're gonna have to do with one of my friends. He's gonna have to have ass surgery, so they gotta tie that knot around his hemorrhoid or something like that, and pop that balloon or whatever they're gonna do to him. So, but they gotta tie that bitch off. But damn it, what was I? Oh yeah, the baskets, right? So so we were doing undoing our baskets, or oh, looking into what our grandparents got for us and everything, and they had loaded it up, man. And there's plastic everywhere, and my grandparents had this cat, right? And the cat almost choked to death chewing on that plastic grass that they put in them. And no offense, man, that cat was kind of a bitch. And I'm not a cat fan. I could deal without him. It's just not my bag. But because that little guy, you know, Tom was his name, Tommy the cat. That's original. But so that little bitch would hide underneath the damn couch, and you'd sit down, and he'd fucking just clutch your fucking ankles, and then take off like a little, like that, like a, uh, just didn't like that cat, man. Fuck that cat. No offense, I'm sorry. I know it's the Lord's Day. But man, um, uh, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Just I'm all over the place today, as you can clearly tell. So, um, but again, like I said, I'm not gonna make this episode too long. Um, uh, Happy Easter to everyone again, man. We got the NCAA brackets are almost up. The Final Four's on its way. UConn and Alabama. That's where we're at right now. And that I can't believe NC State has gotten as far as they've gotten. That's crazy. And I hope let's see how they do. Got to pull for. I don't really care about Duke. And really, I don't care about college basketball, to be honest with you. But being more of a, if I had to pick any school out of them, State would be the way to go. So for all you State fans, I'm pulling for you, man. But other than that, man, I'm trying to just, I'm sorry, guys, just losing steam. But overall, this whole episode was me just wanting to say Happy Easter, and me just thinking back to how different cultures and different how people celebrate Easter and in the ways that they do, and I just hope everyone has a happy Easter today, man. More than anything, I'm sorry this episode isn't the best episode. I'm sorry. It's just not. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. What can I do? I'm just glad I'm able to post something for you guys this week since I didn't last week. So, but, yeah, yeah. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna get out of here. Again, next week, it'll be so much better, and I'll feel better, and hopefully you guys can understand what I'm saying more than anything. But anyways, okay, I'm gonna go lay down and try to get my life back in order, and that sort of thing. So, everyone out there, hug your family, kiss your loved ones, shout out to the man upstairs, and everyone enjoy your family time today, all right? And stay true to yourselves, like I always say, and I'll catch you next week, all right? And we're gonna again, we put out a couple calls to have another guest come in here, but right now we're just gonna I want to get better first, more than anything. So, all right, everyone, take care of yourselves.